go?
Go.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back. Back in the garden again today. So, just going to do a few exercises today. I'm going to focus mainly on plyometric style exercises, which are really good for explosive energy and fast twitch. A lot of people do. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do, but as opposed to getting big and muscly for boxing, most people try and get as lean as possible and be as strong as possible. So it's more about getting the fast twitch muscles working properly. If you want to know more about it, then you can go online, look it up. There's a lot of more technical stuff in terms of how it all works. That's really interesting. I know that when I was training, I always felt like that by doing plyometrics style of exercises when I was on my own, not necessarily in the club, but if I would go to the gym and I'd do some plyometric exercises, I always found that I really noticed the difference that it made. Like I could see the progress like quite substantially if I worked hard and I did them properly, and you sort of do a good session. Now they're not as satisfying as doing weights, they're not as satisfying as punching the bag, they're a bit tedious and you don't look that great when you're doing them, but they're really good for you. So first of all as well, I forgot a couple of things when we were talking about equipment last week. One of them is a mouth guard. I don't have one here, I seem to have lost all mine. Don't need them anymore, but yeah, it's really important to get a mouth guard. A lot of guys in the gym try and jump in quickly, or they think it's not important, or they think they're going to look hard if they get in without a mouth guard. It's really stupid. I mean, you can get a black eye and that will heal no sweat. It doesn't take much force to knock a tooth out, and it's very expensive to fix. And you see dudes walking around with no teeth, and that's because they just didn't take 2 seconds to put a mouth guard in. So make sure you always wear a mouth guard, even if you're just doing schooling. I actually train with one in when I'm on the bags as well, because you get used to having it in your mouth, because it's kind of a bit awkward at first, and eventually if you're breathing and kind of and you're bleeding and all kinds of stuff, it pays to get used to just having it in your mouth so that you stop noticing it after a while. But it's so important that we have a mouth guard. I forgot to mention that last time, but it's probably the most important thing out of all of them. The other thing is headgear. Loads of different types of headgear that you can get in the stores. Now, one thing is that in Ireland they need to have this IABA sticker on the side. That means that it's actually okay to use in competitions and in sparring. If it doesn't have that, then it could just be terrible. Well, you just don't know. If you get any of the big brand stuff, usually they have their own certifications. It's usually probably going to be okay. This is a competition head guard for sparring. You can see it's really tight on the head. There's not much padding to it. It's mainly just to kind of hold your brain and hold everything in. It's not actually to soften the blows or protect you. So it does you still feel it when you get it. There's also no protection around the face. So if you get caught here in the cheeks, it can still do a lot of damage. You'll still get lots of black eyes and all that kind of stuff. It does sit very tight on your head, and when you're moving, you don't need to move as much. That's one of the benefits of having one of the smaller ones. You see this one's been through the wars. It's had a few knocks on it over the years. The other one, this is just a normal, a cheap one that I got from the store. It was I think about 20 quid or something. It's actually, I preferred to wear this when I was training because it has these cheek things that come down the front, and they actually protect the cheeks. You can get ones with bars that go around the front as well. Again, if you want to look cool and not wear one, that's fine, but you'll do damage to yourself, and there's no need to go through all that agony just for the sake of looking cool. Get some good head guard, get a good head guard, get one that protects your face so that it doesn't get bashed up, because if you get a little knock, it may not give you a black eye this time, but eventually it will just get worse and worse and worse, and then you'll start noticing it, and if it's a little bit sore and someone tags you on it, then you'll feel it and you'll slip up and you'll get hit. It'll make you think about it basically, and you won't be thinking about what you're doing. So mouth guard and head guard, 2 very important things that I forgot to mention last time. So let's get straight to it. Now with plyometrics, I can't really give you a time to do it, because plyometrics it's really based on your own ability. So what you want to do is move quickly and explosively. As soon as you stop being able to move at full speed, then there's no point in carrying on. You're actually going to do damage, because you're training your muscles to react very fast, rather than building your muscle to be strong and sturdy. So I'm going to go through a few different ones. We'll just do a huge list of some that you can try. you'll get the idea, and then you can go away. I would start off, if you can only do 2 or 3 of them at full speed, then only do 2 or 3. Move on to the next one. You can come back to it in the next round. I would pick, say, 10 or 20 of them, and just go through and do them as fast as you can, different parts of the body. As soon as you feel yourself starting to slow down, you can't do it as fast, then move on to the next one, okay? So the first one is based around a box jump idea. So I don't have a box, but I just stack these bricks up. It's a little bit low for me because I'm quite tall, but basically you want it to be about kind of waist high, maybe a little bit lower if possible. So I'm going to put this one brick up here. I wouldn't recommend doing it at home because it's probably a bit wobbly and dangerous. So try and pick something straight and solid. You can use a tree stump or a pot upside down or something like that. If you have a box, even better.
Or steps.
Or steps are great as well, yeah. So from here, we're just going to do a few squat jumps. So this is all about explosive energy. So from here, I'm just going to come nice up, straight onto it, squat down, and hop up onto it, like that. That's it, okay? Down, up, okay? Down. And you're exploding up as much as you can. Down. Get your whole body into it and jump up, down. Okay? Nice and easy. Next one from here. It's a similar kind of type of thing, but the explosive part is going to come after you've jumped down, okay? So you can either do this on its own or you can incorporate it into the first box jump. There's also 2 types. There's long jump and high jump. Both are just as good as each other. We're going to go up, on, turn around. Okay, so now we're just going to flop down. We're not jumping, we're just going to flop down with our weight so that all our energy and weight is going down, and from there we're going to bounce up as high as we can, okay? So from here, down and up, okay? So you're flopping down and then all of your energy is bouncing up off the ground. I'm actually going to just step up here, okay? So again, flop down, jump up, okay? I'm going to bend my legs a bit more than that one. Okay, down, jumping up like that, nice and easy. So you can go long, you can go jump, you can go long, you can go up. Another good thing to do is explode with your punches as well. When you're jumping down, try and punch as many times as you can on the jump. One more time. Okay, explosive is the key. You're trying to get used to that explosive energy. So when you're fighting, you can go from stationary, relaxed, to exploding with power as fast as you can. Next one. It's going to make this a bit smaller. So we did a little bit of this in the circuits the other day. It's very simple. You can choose your height. Obviously, the higher you go, the harder it is. So I'm just going to push up like this. Okay, and then hop off. And swap over, okay? So push up and hop off, but I'm going to leave my other foot on there, okay? So push up, down, up, down, and again I'm exploding up, down, 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 okay? You can do it on a smaller one as well if you want. Make it nice and fast. They're very different. You can do different exercises. Just because you do one doesn't mean you can't do the other one. This one here is more for explosive, small bursts, short bursts, boom, up like that. This one is for fast twitch. Oh, almost been over my ankle there.
That would not be good.
Okay. Or jumping over it. Be careful on the back one because a lot of people fall over that. So you can see what we're going for here. It's about exploding up, using the leg muscles, getting the power in the legs. Exploding each time. Okay, so have a play with that. Do as many as you can. Like I said, with these kinds of things you can kind of keep going as long as you can, but if you find yourself starting to struggle with getting up, if you're kind of barely getting up each time, and you're kind of getting knackered, move on to something else, come back and try it. Next one is without any bricks, is just hops. So you can either go from on one leg, hop forward, okay, hop back, other leg, hop forward, okay. Now you're putting all of your energy into moving. Your whole body's going into it. You're not just standing and hopping like that. You're going to your whole body into it. Okay. Side to side. Okay, I know that you're not going to look like a badass in the gym, but it does work, trust me. Do that for a full session, various exercises, and you'll be wiped out. Another one, without the bricks. If you have a ladder, this is great. You can use anything. I'm just going to use a line that's on the ground, but you can use rope. You can use a skipping rope, which you should have in your kit. And I'm just going to lie it down. So I don't have much space to do it here, but I'm just going to show you so you get the idea. So for this one, we're basically just going to go forward and backwards over the right rope. Okay, so like this. Now again, you're using your whole body to do this. I'm going to use the line so that I don't trip on it. You're using your whole body to get the rhythm so that you go faster and faster. Start nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you're doing the salsa. Okay, you can move back, forward. Again, if you have a ladder that has little squares on it, you can step out, step in. Sorry, I'll use the bricks. Step out, step back. Get confused there. Okay. When you feel yourself starting to slow down, take a break. If you feel yourself starting to get confused and trip over your feet, take a break. There's no point in doing these exercises if you're doing it slowly, or if you're getting confused, because your brain is getting used to being confused. What you're trying to do is get your brain used to being completely okay. You can also do this. Or is that exactly what I was just doing?
It's near enough, yeah.
Okay, have a play with it. You're just moving your legs, moving as fast as you can. Think about dancing. It's exactly the same type of thing. Okay. Squat hops. This thing here is an absolute killer. It looks a bit silly, but you'll be feeling it in no time. So from here, all you're doing is squatting down. Okay. Get nice and comfortable. Make sure that you've warmed up properly and that your knees are nice and stretched, your ankles are nice and stretched, because it hurts your body. So from here, you're just imagining that you're a basketball and someone's bouncing you like a basketball. So from here, you're just hopping that. Okay? Now all of the energy is coming from under me. I'm not really doing much, but I have a good rhythm. Okay? Hop around. And if you can, hop up every now and then. Hop up and down. Be careful of your knees, like I said. Make sure you warm these up, because if you don't, you can damage them. From here, hop up. Oh, yes, that burns really good. A few minutes of that will do the trick. So there's a few for the legs. I'll leave you with those ones for the legs. Go through it, post in the comments if you have any other ideas, if there's anything else that you'd like to do that works well, or if you're bored with those ones and you want to know more, we can always add to them. Next we're going to do some upper body stuff, which is much harder, for me especially. So just starting on the ground, basically, the push-up. Good old-fashioned push-up. The only difference is now we're going to be adding some explosive power into it. I'm not very good at these, so don't judge me. But you can see videos and other people, like Kara, who literally jump feet off the ground each time. It's incredible. It's so good for your explosive energy. So from here, you can do different ones. You need to clap behind the back. Okay. Clap on the chest. Okay. Clap in the middle. Any of those over and over. Now again, if you can't do it, just stop. If you can only do one, just do one. Move on to something else. Maybe next time you'll get to two. Don't rush. Take your time. Get nice and slow. Behind the back is a good one. If you don't get it right, you'll end up on your face. So it kind of encourages you to get all the way around.
It's a lot of incentive.
Explosive push-ups are a good one. Another one is to just jump off the ground. So from here, you lift your whole body up. Okay, those probably weren't very good, but eventually you'll get better. You'll get higher. The next one, without the bricks still, just like the ladder, we're going to do exactly the same thing on our hands. So I'm going to use this line for now. So in your push-up position, you're just going to go forward and back. Now you need to use your feet as well for this. Okay, now if you have a line stretched, I don't know, 10 meters or so, you just go all the way up the line one way, all the way up the line down the other way. I don't have much space, so I'm just going to do it in here. Basically, forward, back. Okay, try and go as fast as you can. If you start slowing down, take a break and do something else. Or you could do it on the spot. Or if you have a crossroads. Okay, the idea is that you're just getting used to moving under restraint. So that your muscles are developing, fast twitch muscles are developing. Getting ready for the punches. Okay. Next, one of these things. This as well, I didn't mention in the essentials equipment part. It's not really essential, but I would recommend it. They're very useful. I use this probably more than the skipping rope these days actually, because it's handier. You don't need to use it with anything. You can use it lots of different ways. It's not very strained for that, but you can do any kind of what do you call that?
Resistance?
Resistance exercise. So for this one, because we're doing plyometrics, I'm going to focus on explosive. So I'm going to make it quite tight. Just hooking on this. On a door or anything like that. From here, standing side on, I'm just exploding into my hook. So I'm holding onto this nice and tight. Okay, explosive with the resistance. If you find that it's too easy, and you're getting all the way to the end of your hook by the time there's tension on it, then just stand a bit further away. Okay. Now, again, explosive is the key. We're not doing slow exercises. We're not building muscle. We're developing our fast twitch muscle response. Okay, explosive every time. If you slow down, stop. Other side. Okay. Jabs. In my opinion, these are much more beneficial than using dumbbells, because the dumbbells are pulling your weights down, and that doesn't mean that it's not a good exercise, because it's great for keeping your hands up. Gloves are very heavy. If you wear them around the house, you'll see after an hour you'll be knackered just from having the gloves on. Keeping your hands up is difficult. Dumbbell exercises are great for that. But in terms of explosive energy, this one's great. Okay, other one. Okay. can also do this one. Play with it, you get the idea. Okay, what else? We're going to use these bricks now. Another few for the upper body. So once again, we're not going for strength as such. This is all about movement. So for this one, depending on how strong you are, you can add a push-up if you want. But to start with, don't bother with the push-up, because we're trying to move quickly. So from here, all I'm doing is hopping up and down the other side, okay? Like I said, if you're feeling strong or you're fit, you can do a push-up on the other side and jump, but if you're not, then it's just as good to do this. Ten is all I'm doing, because I can feel that after 10, I'm starting to struggle. Once you feel that struggle, stop and move on to something else. Let your body recover. If I have 2 minutes rest, I can go back down, I can do another 10, that's fine. If I can only do 10 for a session each time, that's grand. Next time maybe I'll bring it to 15, okay? Moving back and forth, the other one, on the brick. And now be careful as well, always do it on the far side of what you're doing, not on the front side, because if you slip off, my head's coming straight down onto the bench or whatever it is.
And nobody wants that.
If you do it on the far side and you slip off, the belly is a much better thing to land on. Okay, so from here, same thing, down and up. Okay, nice and fast, as many as you can. You can also do this. Hopping down, hopping up. You can see I'm pretty unfit, so it's a bad example, but I'm absolutely sweating just from these few exercises. It's really, really good. Okay, next one. If you're lucky enough to have equipment or bricks or blocks or something like that, you could do one with side by side. It's the same idea, it's just to stop you getting bored. So from here, I'm just going to jump down and up again. Down, up. Now you can see I'm not actually pushing up at all here. I'm going down like this. My arms are staying straight. From here I'm going up. All the energy is coming from my body and the way I'm moving my body. So from here, falling down, and I'm popping up with the energy in my body. Okay, I'm not pushing down and jumping up. Okay, that's all energy from my core. Another one, from here. Okay, or you could leave your hand there. Sorry, from here, down, up, from here, down, here, down, up. Okay. So, that's pretty much it. That's all I have. You can get the idea of it. Like I said, I can't give you a workout to do with this because it really depends on the person. If you're a mum or a dad out there and your child is training and you're watching these to get some ideas, there's loads of different people watching these. If you're doing the exercises yourself, great. You know what you need to do. You know when you're starting to feel tired. These are great to do by yourself because you're not trying to impress anyone. You're only going against your own ability and you're trying to better yourself. So each time you do it, if you feel that strain, stop. Don't be shy or embarrassed if you've only done 2 or 3. Nothing wrong with that because everyone starts there. You have to start small and build up. If you're a parent and you're training someone, some young fellow or some young lassie that's trying their hardest, there's no point with these types of exercises and hammering them to do more and more and more and more and more because it will actually have the opposite effect. If they're trying and they're getting it faster, you can see them start to slow down. Get them to stop, even if they want to keep going because they want to impress you. Get them to stop, take a break, have a breather, relax, maybe focus on the legs for 1 or 2, move it around the body so that they get a full body workout. So that's it, hope you enjoyed it, don't forget to do your stretches and we'll see you next time.